currently just gone 2:30 in the morning and I am waiting for the coach to take us all to the Three Peaks. Pretty wired, to be honest. I've not even had my morning coffee, so I'm not even sure how I'm functioning still, to be honest with you. I'm going to sleep on the coach because it's going to be about a 3-hour drive from Hull to the Yorkshire Three Peaks. I will bring you along the way, and I'm going to do like a vlogging style content today, just because my videographer's not here today to capture the footage. So I'm going to capture it myself, so all being well, I haven't got any spare batteries, so I'm hoping this works. And then what I'll also do as well is use my phone as a backup if all else fails. So stand by, I'll bring you along the way and I'll see you in a second. This is a bit snazzy, isn't it? So we've just touched down at the Three Peaks and yeah, we're at the infamous car park. So now everyone's gone missing. I'm gonna go find where everybody's starting. And yeah, the joys of going with big groups, you always lose people. So yeah, just about to start now. I'll keep you posted as I go. Nearly there. So this is what we're climbing up. This bad boy, and this is on the first one. That's where we are. We're above the clouds.
Bad boy. Where's the campsite?
The last time that I did the challenge, we basically did it just shy of 11 hours. So definitely a massive improvement from them, but I was told by a friend of mine that they got 8 hours and 30 minutes. So it was a challenge straight away as soon as they said that. So 8 hours, 19 minutes was the final time. So I've just reached the top of Peak 1. We've just done it in 58 minutes. It's quite tough, to be fair. It's really steep. Whew. So ready. That for a view. Top of Peak 1. We are here. Right. I'm gonna wait for some people to catch up, and then I will record Peak 2. Starting the descent from Peak 1, and then we'll be starting Peak 2. This is going to be a lot easier going down because it was so steep coming up. I've recovered though now, I'm all good. I've had my Snickers, I've had my energy gel, my glucose, bit of water, and I'm good to go. Let's go. Here's our mascot for the day. Hello mate. Say hello. Say hello, Charlie boy.
Hello guys.
So yeah, we're going to use this one as a little mascot. So how would you say? Orion. So here's Orion, everyone. He's going to come around on the Three Peaks with us today. Woohoo! Let's go. So we are still on the descent of Peak 2, not Peak 1, sorry, on the way to Peak 2. There's a little bit of a crossover from Peak 1 to Peak 2. So we'll be, we've got someone who's in a van, with refreshments, like water, food, stuff like that, just to build our energy stores again, ready for the second one. So, still plenty to go. I'll check in again. Please excuse my pronunciation of these places because I definitely don't know how to pronounce them. However, you get my drift. So, the peaks of Pen-y-ghent, Ingleborough and Whernside are known collectively as the Three Peaks. So they're often walked in a circular route, taking in all 3 mountains in a day. The route is 24 miles and that is converted into 38.6 kilometres in length, and it involves climbing 5,000 feet, which is 1,600 metres of vertical ascent, and I can assure you it's not easy and it's not for the faint-hearted. We probably struggled the most with the first part of the peak, the first peak, and then also the third peak as well. There you have got definitely the most vertical ascents. So that is pretty much the Yorkshire Three Peaks Challenge in a nutshell, but as you can see from the map, it's a long route, but for those who are looking to do it, I'd 100% recommend it. It's a great physical and mental challenge, and yeah, it definitely tests your limitations. We are roughly around 2 miles away from the start of Peak 2. It's pretty flat, to be fair, it's not too bad. So the terrain, pretty level, but it's yeah, it's just long. Plenty of sheep around as well. But yeah, pushing on through. I think we are 11.16 kilometres, and we are now exactly, look, 2 hours and 30 minutes into it. The joys of the Three Peaks, talcum up my socks, and the good old trusted Vaseline. These are going to be my care packages today, as well as these bad boys and electrolytes. So we are now just about to start Peak 2. Just had a bit of a stop and rest, bit of a care package run. So I've had something to eat, Vaselined everything that's been rubbing. All the blisters that have started, I've just sorted them out. Hopefully they won't get any worse. So yeah, ready to kickstart Peak number 2. And look at this view. The infamous bridge, which I'm sure many people will remember from seeing Yorkshire Three Peaks. Let's do this! Halfway up Peak 2. It's not too bad actually at the moment. It's a steady incline, but just over there, where you can see people walking, that's where it's going to get a whole lot harder and a lot steeper. So I will record some more content at the top to show you how much I'm blowing out my arse. I'm already starting to now. And see you on the top of Peak number 2. So you can't see too much because it's a bit cloudy, but Peak 2, baby! To be honest with you, this is the second time now doing the Three Peaks, and I actually thought the second incline onto the second peak was harder than what I thought. I must have been really unfit back then. I mean, we're talking 4.5 years ago that I did it. So I've definitely got fitter, which is good. Good signs. So I'm going to take you now to the next peak tower. There's quite a few people though, so you just have to bear with me. But I'm going to flip the camera and I go to the next peak. Just it's recording. I'll just get a few screenshots. So we are starting the descent for Peak 2 to Peak 3. So this is like really steep, but we're going downhill, so it's quite a lot of pressure on the shins and just the legs in general. So, but you literally cannot see anything. I was going to do some B-roll just to show you the scenery, but unfortunately, this is all you can see. So yeah. Nothing really too exciting to show you other than my sweaty face. So I'm not going to bore you with my chatter. What I'll do is I'll just check in at the bottom of Peak 2, beginning of Peak 3, and then I will see you then. Over and out. So 2.5 mile, third peak. We're going up that bad boy, if you can see it in the distance. So this is notorious to be the steepest and the hardest climb. So we've got 2.5 miles. It's probably the hardest of them all, and but probably one of the quickest ones, to be fair, until you get to the peak, and then it's about a 6.5-7 mile trek back to the start, and it's just so long, and it feels really long from what I can remember. So it's a really hot day. It's getting hotter as the day goes on. Let's just get it done. Just had another care package at the van that's met us. Some more electrolytes, a couple of things to eat, fast carbs. So yeah, see you at the top. So that last bit was pretty fucking hard. For anyone who's done the Three Peaks, you'll understand me when I say the incline on that last bit leading up to the peak. Jesus, it's knackering. But I can see the peak in sight now amongst all the rubble. Let's have a little look. So this is all we're walking on. I had a bit of scare on the second peak. My knees twinged and I shit myself, I won't lie. I genuinely thought I'd done something to it and I wasn't going to be able to complete it, but I managed to deep heat it up, freeze spray, electrolytes, everything else in between, and managed to sort it out. So now I managed to get up the last peak and it feels alright, so panic over. But yeah, so you can come with me now. I'm going to pause the camera and pick back up when we get to the actual peak itself, which is just there. I don't know if you can see it. And then I'll give you a summary at the end. I'll see you in a sec. There she is, sports fans. There she is. Peak 3, baby! And this heat is an absolute killer. Must be about 20 odd degrees, but we've made it. There we have it, 3 peaks complete. Not gonna lie, definitely a challenge. And out of 40 odd people that started with us, I think only maybe about 25-30% of us actually finished it. So as you go up to the beginning of peak 3, there's a pub, and I think majority of the people were there. So they've done the first one. I mean, literally after about 10 minutes after the first climb of peak 1, we was passing people and they were just crying, like a few women. They were just crying like, oh, I can't do it. And I was like, Jesus, they're not going to complete this full thing. So yeah, I tell you what, it's just an amazing achievement to be able to do something like this. I think it's not so much the physical. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is physically demanding on the body, but if you're in relatively fit shape and you train regularly, you know, it shouldn't be too hard. I think the hardest part is the mental aspect. And if you can overcome the hurdles that you approach on each peak, then it just gives you that mental resilience and helps you to kind of condition your mind, pretty much achieve anything you want as long as you put your mind to it. I think when you've got a clear goal and a clear purpose, it makes it a lot easier to complete. Like today, we're doing it for a great cause in order to raise money for my nephew's under-10s rugby team, so that we can give all the kids an equal opportunity to be able to go to Catalans tournament next year, because unfortunately, as I've mentioned before, not all parents are in a fortunate position, especially in this economy as it is at the moment, to be able to afford to take the kids. You know, so the fact that the club is doing something amazing like that to raise money so that everybody has the equal opportunity, because I believe it's such a good experience for the kids at that age, because it's going to give them so much skill set in terms of the rugby abilities, you know, the strategies, and also life experience as well. So I think it's a great opportunity for the kids. So the fact that I've had a clear goal in mind and a purpose to be able to do this has made it so much easier. Now, if someone just done this for a jolly, some people can, because it's their, I suppose, their hobbies. But for someone who's not really got a passion for walking, find this stuff pretty hard, if they haven't got a clear goal, a clear purpose, like a lot of them have today they've just, you know, the people who've just tagged along who are not doing it for the actual rugby themselves, they just joined. They're the ones that have quit easy because they haven't got a clear goal, a clear purpose. So I suppose that what I'm trying to get at is if you set clear goals and purposes in your life, then you can bear almost any how. You've just got to mentally overcome the obstacles that approach you. So that's my little bit of motivation. But yeah, I do feel good for completing it today, mentally and physically. And I'm proud of everybody who has done it as well with us. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's donated. Like I say, it all goes to a great cause. I will give you a bit of a summary, probably as I'm walking back. I think it's about a 4.5, 5 mile walk back from Three Peaks to the pub. So I'm sure at some point along the way I'll give you a bit of a summary. But for now, thanks for joining. Thanks for staying to the end of this part. And if you like this content, please like and subscribe. It does go a long way. I do really want to get to that 1,000 and be able to, you know, bring you more content and more challenges as well. So as I say, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Woo! And that is that. So what are we saying, Dan? Me and Dan?
8:20.
8:20.
Yeah.
So 8 hours, 20 minutes to complete the Three Peaks. And what else is there?
60,000 steps.
60,000 steps. I mean, I've got little legs, so chance that might be a little bit more for me. Yeah, so like 60,000 steps. 8 hours and 20 minutes, completed it, mate. So now we are walking back to the infamous pub, the Crown, and where the car park is. Oh, I'm gonna go smashing a pint of water and electrolytes, and then I'm gonna treat myself to a pint. I think I deserve after that, a pint of cold, icy cider. Yes. So, checking out, that has been the Three Peak Challenge. You see me touch each peak top. Hope you've enjoyed the content. I'm absolutely knackered and blowing out my ass, but it's been an amazing experience and challenge one at that. If anyone's thinking about doing the Three Peaks, go for it. You know, I do think that anyone can do it if they put their mind to it. I know everyone's at different fitness levels, but as long as you get plenty of steps in prior to doing it, just to get your body kind of used to the walking, just condition yourself more than anything, and you'll be able to achieve it. So yes, I will catch you all later. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Comment below if you want me to cover any more videos, and I'll see you on the next video.